Hello, Assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel Economics Study with Farhana. So today I am gonna tell you about how you can calculate panel data cointegration test in STATA. So let's get started. So for calculating panel data cointegration test, you need of the latest version of STATA, like STATA 15, 16 or 17. But if you use the STATA 12, 13 or the old version, then there is no software for calculating the panel data cointegration test. So let's get started. Basically, in panel data cointegration test, there are three kinds of tests: cow panel data cointegration test, Padroni panel data cointegration test, and then Westerland panel data cointegration test. So first of all, before calculating the cointegration test, we have to declare the data set as panel data. So in that case, the command is xt set space your panel id name, then your time variables. That means if it is year, then year, or week or month, then comma you have to write yearly, monthly or weekly. So and you can calculate from here, right? You have to go to statistics, then you have to go to longitudinal or panel data, then you have to go to setup and utilities, then declare dataset to be a panel data. And you will, if you click on declare dataset to panel data, you will get this one. Here you have to panel id variable, you have to select your panel id. In time variable, you have to click on click on here, and you have to select from here the time variable. Then from there, here you can select if it is yearly data or daily data or weekly data. Then you have to click on OK. So after declaring the panel data, first of all, we will start with cow panel data cointegration test. So in that case, you have to go to statistics, then longitudinal panel data, then you have to go to cointegrated data, then you have to go to test for cointegration. You have to double click on that. Then you will get this one. You have to select here cow, then you have to select here your dependent variable, then here you have to select your one or more independent variable, then you have to click on OK. So after that, you will get the result like this. Here if you want to write the command and then you want to execute, then the command is xt cointtest space cow space your independent variable, then your dependent variables. Then here you can see that in that case, the null hypothesis is there is no cointegration, and the alternative hypothesis is all panels are cointegrated. So you have to look at this p value. As the p value is less than 0.05, so we have to accept the alternative hypothesis. That means all panels are cointegrated. Here you can see the hypothesis has been given here. So if the p value is greater than 0.05, then we would accept the null hypothesis. That means there is no cointegration. So then if we look at the Padroni panel data cointegration test, we have to again go to statistics, then longitudinal or panel data, then you have to go to cointegrated data, then you have to go to test for cointegration. After that, you will get this on, and you have to select here the Padroni. Then you have to select your dependent variable, then you can select your one or more independent variable, and then you can then you have to click on OK. So after clicking on OK, you will get this result, where you can see that the null hypothesis is there is no cointegration, and alternative hypothesis is all panels are cointegrated. So again we have to look here the p value. As here again the p value is less than 0.05, that means we have to accept the alternative hypothesis, and the the significance level is 1%. So if you want to write the command and execute it, then you have to write XTCOINTTEST, then space padroni, space your independent variable. Then you can write your independent variables like independent variable 1, independent variable 2, or independent variable 3 as you wish. Then comma, then you have to give a space and write the trend. Now there is Westerland panel data cointegration test. This is the third one, which is in STATA. So again you have to go to statistics, then longitudinal panel data, then you have to go to cointegrated data, then you have to again go to test for cointegration. Then you will get this one, and you have to select this time Westerland. You have to click on that. Then you have to select again, you select your dependent variable, and you can select your independent variables. And here there are basically two options. You can select the alternative hypothesis that some panels are cointegrated, or you can select all panels are cointegrated. So if we first execute that some panels are cointegrated, we have to select on that here, then you have to click on OK. After that you will get the result like this, and again we have to look at the p-value. Here you can see that the null hypothesis is there is no cointegration, and the alternative hypothesis is some panels are cointegrated. Here you can see that as the p-value is less than 0.05, again we have to accept the alternative hypothesis, and we cannot accept the null hypothesis. So the alternative hypothesis is some panels are cointegrated. So in this case the variables are cointegrated. So if we want to write the command, we have to write XTCOINTTEST, then space Westerland, then space your dependent variable, then your independent variables. Then you have to click on enter. After that there will be second types of Westerland panel data cointegration test, where you have to again go to this statistics, longitudinal or panel data, cointegrated data, and then test for cointegration. You have to select here Westerland, you have to select your dependent variables and independent variables. Then this time you have to select this one, all panels are cointegrated. You don't need to select this one. So you have to select all panels are cointegrated. So then you have to click on OK. So after that you will get the result like this. That is, here you can see that the null hypothesis is no cointegration, and alternative hypothesis is all panels are cointegrated. Earlier on we had taken that some panels are cointegrated, but in this time we will select all panels are cointegrated. Then here again the p-value is less than 0.05. The statistics reject the null hypothesis of no cointegration. This implies that all panels are cointegrated. So if you want to write the command and execute it, we have to write XTCOINTTEST space Westerland space your dependent variable, then space your independent variables as much as you want to include, then comma space all panels. So these are all about the 3 panel data cointegration test. I hope you will like this video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Allah Hafiz.